On a river, current is really important. Although we don't like it, the fish really do like it, and oftentimes it'll position them, and the key is to figure out how it's positioned them. So this morning we did a lot of vertical jigging, the traditional way of fishing here on the Detroit River, caught some fish and stuff, but all of a sudden we're motoring along shore and we see all these birds diving down and eating. Well, it turns out right behind me here is a warm water discharge from one of the factories. And so what's happening is that's not only giving it a little bit more current, but it's actually warming up the water a little. Where the rest of the river is around 47, 48 degrees. In here it's 51, 52 degrees. So a little bit warmer. And what's happening is minnows are moving up in here. And I think it's probably shad. And the birds are eating those shad, but so are the walleyes. When you're pitching a jig in current, there's a couple of different things that you need to think about on that retrieve. The first one is as you start to move the jig towards you when it's straight out from the boat towards shore, what you're really trying to do there is just kind of more like lift the jig and then let it kind of go with the current. You're not even really working it that much, it's more just lifting it, getting it back in the current, letting it roll down, and try and stay close to the bottom because that's where the fish are. Another important part of the cast, or the retrieve of the cast, is what we call the swing. And that's when it gets downstream a little bit, say at about a 45-degree angle, and it really starts to swing in behind the boat. That swing is really important because many times when you're casting up on shore, maybe you're casting up to a rocky area, and as it swings out, it goes to a mud area or a softer area. There's a transition there. Or maybe it goes from shallow and does a quick little drop off there, another transition area. Or in this case, we've got fast running current inside, we've got slower on the outside, so there's a current transition that swing is moving through. And many times where the walleyes will be hanging is somewhere in that swing. So make sure when you start out the retrieve, just lifting, letting that jig kind of roll along the bottom or move along the bottom with the current, but then pay real close attention to that swing because a lot of times it'll bring you over a transition, which is where the walleyes are sitting.